Today we're diving into a topic is hitting everyone's wallets pretty hard lately, the rising cost of food. From sneaky price hikes to shrinking package sizes, it feels like we're getting nickel and dimed at the grocery store. So buckle up, grab your grocery list, and let's get right into it. Remember when you could get a big old bag of Doritos for a steal? Those days are fading faster than your hopes of finding a Cool Ranch Dorito in a bag full of nacho cheese. PepsiCo, the company behind those cheesy triangles of goodness, has admitted to raising prices and shrinking product sizes. They blame it on the rising cost of ingredients, packaging, and transportation. But it still stings when you're left holding a bag that's half full of air and costs an arm and a leg. It feels like a betrayal of our trust, you know? Like Doritos, we've been through thick and thin, late-night study sessions, and epic movie marathons. So, what's a chip lover to do? Let's talk about the cinematic experience. That magical moment when the lights dim, the screen flickers to life, and you're hit with the overwhelming urge to empty your wallet at the snack counter. We all know movie theater snacks are notoriously overpriced, but lately it's gotten ridiculous. That jumbo popcorn that used to be a splurge, now it's practically a down payment on a car. Theaters blame it on the rising cost of everything, from rent to staffing. But it feels like they're using it as an excuse to jack up prices to astronomical levels. So, theaters, if you're listening, please find it in your popcorn-filled hearts to cut us some slack. Ah, chicken wings, those crispy, saucy morsels of perfection. But lately, those wings have been flying off the shelves and straight into the luxury item category. One of the main culprits behind this price surge is the avian flu outbreak that devastated poultry populations. When supply goes down and demand stays high, prices have nowhere to go but up. So, what's a wing enthusiast to do? For now, wings might have to become a once-in-a-while treat. It's a tough pill to swallow, but hey, at least we can still dream of those crispy, saucy days gone by. Remember those colorful boxes of sugary goodness that line the cereal aisle? Those boxes are still there, but the prices are enough to give you a sugar rush before you even open the bag. Name brand cereals have always been a bit on the pricey side, but in recent years, their prices have gone from slightly unreasonable to downright outrageous. The cost of ingredients like wheat and sugar has been steadily rising, and supply chain issues haven't exactly helped matters. Then there's the ever-increasing cost of packaging, transportation, and marketing. But wait, don't despair just yet. Opt for generic brands, buy in bulk when possible, or embrace the power of oatmeal. There are still ways to enjoy a bowl of cereal without breaking the bank. Fast food, the ultimate convenience food, there to satisfy your cravings on the go without breaking the bank. Or at least, that's how it used to be. These days, those dollar menus are looking more like $5 menus, and even the value meals are starting to feel like a splurge. Fast food chains are facing the same challenges as everyone else: rising ingredient costs, supply chain disruptions, and increased labor costs. Maybe it's time to dust off those cookbooks and embrace the art of home-cooked meals. Sure, it might take a bit more time and effort, but at least you'll know exactly what's going into your food and your wallet won't be crying out in pain. Let's talk about that daily dose of caffeine, that steaming cup of coffee that helps us face the day. For many of us, takeout coffee has become a non-negotiable part of our routines. But as the price of that daily pick-me-up continues to climb, we're forced to confront a difficult question: is it worth it? The cost of coffee beans has been on the rise, fueled by factors like climate change and increased global demand. We could brew our own coffee at home, which is definitely more budget-friendly, but sometimes you just need that barista-made experience. So, what's a coffee lover to do? Ah, soda. That sweet, fizzy elixir that's been quenching our thirst for generations. But lately, that refreshing beverage has been leaving a bitter aftertaste in our wallets. The price of soda has been steadily climbing, and it's not just because of inflation. The cost of ingredients like sugar and high-fructose corn syrup has been on the rise, and those aluminum cans aren't exactly getting cheaper either. So, what's a soda enthusiast to do? We could try to cut back on our soda consumption, which is probably a good idea for our health anyway. Or we could just accept the fact that our wallets might be a little lighter after a trip to the grocery store. Ground beef, a versatile kitchen staple, has long been a go-to for affordable meals. But lately, its price has been creeping up, leaving us wondering if we need to ration our burgers and tacos. The cost of feed has skyrocketed, and transportation costs are rising too. We could stretch our beef with plant-based proteins or accept that burgers might be a rare treat. Ice cream, that sweet frozen treat that's been bringing smiles to faces for generations, is facing its own set of challenges. And unfortunately, those challenges are melting away at our budgets. The cost of ingredients like milk, cream, and sugar has been on the rise, and those fancy mix-ins like chocolate chips, nuts, and swirls of caramel don't come cheap either. So, what's an ice cream enthusiast to do? We could try to make our own ice cream at home, which can be a fun and rewarding experience. Or we could explore alternative frozen treats like popsicles or sorbet, which are often more budget-friendly. Canned soup, that humble pantry staple, is facing rising prices. The cost of ingredients like tomatoes, beans, and broth has been steadily increasing, and those metal cans aren't getting cheaper either. Shipping them requires a significant amount of fuel. We could try to make our own soup from scratch, which is more budget-friendly and allows us to control the ingredients, or explore alternative pantry staples like dried beans, lentils, or rice. Candy, that sweet treat that's been satisfying our cravings for generations, has also fallen victim to the rising cost of, well, everything. The cost of ingredients like sugar, cocoa, and milk has been steadily increasing, and those colorful wrappers and plastic packaging don't come cheap either. So what's a candy lover to do? We could try to cut back on our sugar intake, which is probably a good idea for our health anyway. Or we could explore alternative treats like fruit or popcorn, which are often more budget-friendly and better for us. Frozen pizza, that beloved staple of college dorms and busy weeknights, has also been hit with a double whammy of rising prices and shrinking sizes. The cost of ingredients like flour, cheese, and tomato sauce has been on the rise, and those cardboard boxes and plastic wrappers aren't exactly getting cheaper either. Frozen pizzas require a significant amount of energy to produce and keep frozen solid during transport. So what's a pizza enthusiast to do? We could try to make our own pizza at home, which can be a fun and rewarding experience. Or we could explore alternative quick and easy meal options, like pasta or sandwiches. Lettuce, that leafy green base of countless salads and sandwiches, has also been caught in the crosshairs of rising food prices. Drought conditions in lettuce-growing regions have led to smaller yields and higher prices. And as anyone who's ever battled aphids in their garden knows, pests and diseases can also wreak havoc on crops, further impacting supply and prices. So what's a salad lover to do? We could try to grow our own lettuce, which can be a rewarding experience. Or we could explore alternative leafy greens like spinach or kale, which are often more readily available and affordable. Oranges, those juicy citrus fruits that are packed with vitamin C, have also been squeezed by the rising cost of, well, everything. Citrus greening disease, a devastating bacterial infection that affects citrus trees, has ravaged orange groves in many parts of the world, leading to smaller yields and higher prices. And as anyone who's ever battled fruit flies in their kitchen knows, pests and diseases can also damage crops, further impacting supply and prices. So, what's an orange enthusiast to do? We could try to grow our own oranges, which can be a rewarding experience. Or we could explore alternative fruits that are in season and readily available, like apples or bananas. Garlic, that pungent bulb that adds a flavorful kick to countless dishes, has also been hit with the sting of rising prices. Garlic is a labor-intensive crop to grow and harvest, and as labor costs rise, so too does the price of garlic. And as anyone who's ever had a bad case of garlic breath knows, garlic is a powerful ingredient, and even small changes in supply and demand can have a big impact on prices. So what's a garlic lover to do? We could try to grow our own garlic, which can be a rewarding experience. Or we could explore alternative flavor enhancers, like onions, shallots, or chives, which are often more readily available and affordable. So there you have it, 15 foods that used to be cheap staples, but are becoming increasingly difficult to afford. From sneaky price hikes to shrinking package sizes, it's clear that the cost of food is on the rise, and it's impacting all of us. We need to start having conversations about food accessibility and affordability, and we need to demand better from our elected officials and the corporations that control our food supply. What are your thoughts on this? We look forward to reading your comments and thank you very much for watching.